Hey, it's Nice92, and welcome back to another episode of Shenzhen I.O. It's another day in Shenzhen. Hopefully, I didn't check if I was saying that correctly, but I'm gonna hope that I have been. So we have our next jobs here. Let's just move on. Let's check out this email first. Take an orbital selfie. Trips start at $89.99 and whatever the local currency is. I've not checked. Dear adventurer, experience the stars and the earth as you have never seen them before. Enjoy the surprise and delight of true weightlessness, and of course, take pictures of yourself that nobody will soon forget. Did you know that there has never been a better time to take a trip into low Earth orbit? Demand is skyrocketing and prices are cheaper than ever. Now is the time to get in on this trend, which has been popularized by international superstar Cool Dad and many others. Tickets are going fast. JCS Space Adventures Moscow. So that's probably rubles, if that is Russian. If that is a Russian email. All right. So our next job here is making light up signs. All right, light up signs from Joe. It begins. I got us an incredible deal with a major esports personality, the Solid Steel Gamer. Her team's contracted with us to make light up signs that actually animate for her fans. As long as we can keep the cost down, they're going to want tons of these to hand out at matches. Looks simple, just a few states, GA. Alright, let's hit this design. Alright, so we got two inputs. Click 1 and click 0. They are simple outputs, so we're using simple things connected to display segments corresponding to a clicking animation. Drink 0, drink 1, drink 2 are simple outputs connected to display segments corresponding to a drinking animation. Control and display segments with fixed repeating signals as indicated in the verification tab. Alright, so let's look at this. So it's supposed to animate this thing. Let me get my mouse on screen. So, click is going to be doing these things here. Click 0 and click 1 have opposite inputs. And then the drink is supposed to output these. Unless these are all outputs. These might all be outputs. So I might want... Let me look at this. Okay. Okay. Just to see what this does, let me double... Something like that. So that's not doing anything. Right? Yeah, that does nothing. Okay, there it is. It is, in fact, doing something. So let's do this. Okay. I want something. One or two? That's one. Sleep one. I think that's what I want. All right. So step one. It's doing the click. So I want to do this the opposite now. So now I should have two opposite clicking. So we got this that you see down here. We got this finger wiggling. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then zero, then sleep 4, something like that. Okay, what are we at cost right now? What are each of these? 3, 3, 6, 9. Okay, there's gotta be a way. Curious to see if this is... Yeah, I know. I'm curious to see if this is how this works. I think it is. So if I get rid of this, if I toss that one in the trash, and I attach that here, does that do both of them? Okay, I've learned a thing. Because, right, these are inputs and outputs. Which means... So these are on different patterns, but related patterns. So... I might... I'm trying to think, is it better? It's probably better to do it is probably better. I accidentally hit the Steam screenshot button. Probably better to do these two on the same chip. So, right now, yeah, got those perfectly great. Now I need to MOV. Well, they're already 0. So, sleep 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 6? That's 6. P1 sleep 1 MOV 100 or MOV 0 P1 MOV 100 P0 sleep 2 MOV 0 MOV 100 P1. Am I putting these in the right spot? No, I've reversed them. Okay. So P0 is the one that's going into drink 1. Okay, so sleep for 6. Make 0, 100, sleep for 1, make 0, 0, and make 1, 100, sleep for 2. I also need to make 0, P1. That is all the code I'm allowed to fit. All right. So my assumption is that the fourth 6,000 over here hypothetically fits more code. Seems to be the case. I could put this at the top. Yeah! I figured that one out without having to even spend a million years in the manual. Look at that. It does a little animation. And I'm only spending 11 whatever money that is. I'm not entirely sure what money we're working in here. Alright, so Joe says, haha, the end result looks great. I love the way it looks like the Solid Steel gamer is really clicking the mouse button and drinking her soda. This is going to be huge. I did it great. I am epic, as you might say. Super epic. Okay. Next job. The Baron von Schnaps is in the house, y'all. I was out drinking last night and met someone from the company that owns this brand. There's a drinking game they're promoting that's hella fun and off the rails. I made a deal to supply them with little personal scorekeepers that they can give away at their event. Wait, what's the game? What counts as a point? What would be a foul? Surely not individual drinks. I don't remember the actual rules. Haha. Alright. So, we have a counter. Point and foul are simple inputs connected to buttons. The display is an X-bus display output corresponding to a numeric LCD screen. The counter should keep track of a count starting at 0 and ensure the display is always showing the current value. Point should make it go up 1, foul should make it go down 2. I should be able to do that with one of these. Right. Okay. So, as we just remembered, the P1 and P0 pins are both inputs and outputs. So I can input to both of them. I need to double check conditional statements here for a second. So let me pull up that down here. Okay, so we're gonna basically want if P1 is 100, so how does that TQ, so it should be just TQ which one is point? And then where's the add one? TQ T0 100 sub sub 2. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me double check. Conditional execution. All instructions in the blah 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 programming language are capable of a conditional execution. Yeah. Prefixing an instruction with a plus or minus symbol causes the instruction to be enabled or disabled by test instructions. When an instruction is disabled by a test instruction, it will be skipped. Instructions with no prefix are never disabled and always execute normally. All conditional instructions start in the disabled state. Test instruction must be executed to enable conditional instructions. Okay. So now I need to double check how XBus works. I believe that is here in the front. XBus is a synchronized protocol. Data over XBus is only transferred when there is both a reader attempting to read and a writer attempting to write. If a read or write is attempted without a corresponding operation on a connected device, the operation will block. Okay, and so now I need to make sure that the numbers that I am trying to do right. I don't think there's another application example in here that's helpful. Okay, so I want to, like this, put these numbers on to X1. And I need to double check. I believe when you do addition, it's automatically going to ACC, I think. Alright, we'll just plug this in there, and I'm going to think is the code right? Copy the value of the first into the second. Yeah. I don't think this is correct, but we're gonna test it. Let's get back to just game. Right, it's not sleeping. Okay, I've got the wrong stuff going on here. Okay. So there's a situation here, and the situation is I don't want to go below 0. So let's see how, so we're -2, -4. Is this +1? Is this +2? Okay, so it is working otherwise. So now I need to figure out how to keep it from going below 0. Alright. I'm not sure if there's anything in the manual that I've read so far that would help me. I just need... I got it. There should be a test instruction that can help me here. Let's go back and look at those. It says, if the value of ACC is less than 0, you make it 0. These might not need to be conditional. So that's what, TGT? Or TLT? Yeah. TLT, P, or ACC 0, MOV ACC 0. No? 0 ACC. I don't think this is correct. Let's see. Okay, it's working so far. It appears to have worked. That appears to be it. Alright. I think we got it. Nice. It's a bit more power usage than we would want. I want to see. If I do this. Does that screw everything up? Yes. That has in fact screwed everything up. I have once again hit the Steam screenshot button. This one should work. It's just a question of if this actually uses less power. It might use slightly less power. There we go. Right in the sweet spot. For code, I don't care. That's the best I'm getting at. Woo Lily says, if you can't remember the rules of the game you're playing, how are you sure you actually made the deal? Because they sent us a case with a variety of flavors. It's very tasty. Very tasty stuff. Come try some. It's already too late for me, but you can save yourselves. Heed my warning. Do not drink of the Baron von Schnapps. Bye. Then see you in the next life. Okay. We did it. Another job done. Another email from the Shenzhen Days newsletter. Saying stuff better. Hey y'all. Y'all. You all. Y'all. It's just y'all. It's just Y apostrophe all. It's tough to represent how a word really sounds in text, huh? Yes. Take, for a totally random example, Shenzhen. Here we go. I'm going to learn if I'm saying this properly. How do you say it? What's that zh doing there? Can you just ignore the H? Spoiler warning, you can't. Which is why I'm definitely saying this wrong. Zh, is its own sound in Chinese. We don't have time to go into all the fun foibles of pinyin, but the official romanization system for the official romanization standard for Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. So let me just give you a little shortcut. It's Shenzhen. Shenzhen. I should have known that because I know how that syllable works. You know, like you're talking to your best friend Jen, and well, then you're probably closer than you were before. Shenzhen. We'll try to remember that going forward. How's that for confidence? I'll do one more. The Chinese yuan is the currency here. That word is one syllable. So it's not yuan. It's yuan. It's difficult. I don't speak the language. I've not a lot of... we're just going to keep reading. And wow, that's kind of painful. I'm not sure how to fix this quickly, so how about trying to say yuan really, really fast? You're still making two sounds instead of one, but maybe it's closer. Maybe. By the way, we use as a currency symbol, which you might have associated with JPY, the yen, and it is. It's also Chinese yuan. Look, don't you dare give me side-eye if you come from a place that uses the dollar sign because do you mean Hong Kong dollars, Australian dollars, Canadian dollars? Yeah, at least we can probably agree that means hella cash. Anyway, now you're wandering around Shenzhen, buying things in Chinese yuan. I don't know how that one works. I'll have to listen to someone say that at some point. Like the super pro that you are, pronunciation can be tough, but it's worth putting in the effort. Ain't it, y'all? Y'all. Yours, Tilly. Thank you, Tilly, for reminding me how Shenzhen should be pronounced. I should have known that. Radio rubbish audio thing. Carl Teskey, he's here. So a contract comes in to build a piece of audio kit. Sounds fun, right? I've always liked audio. The client promises that their little box will deliver crisp highs and booming lows, all in perfect balance. Then I see their advert happens to include the much vaunted algorithm that powers this thing. Go on, take a look at yourself. I should mention that I put a copy of said advert on your desk. Just look in the pile of papers marked supplemental data, since that seemed most appropriate. I should also mention that we still have to do this, as sad as it is. Work's the work, and all. Even when you have to help a dodgy American company market rubbish like this as premium kit for audiophiles. So we're going to open this project up, and then I have that paper in the manual, so I'll pull that up right now. This thing. Incredible sound at a breakthrough price. Sounds impossible? Nah. Sounds like harmonic maximization. At the Sunnyvale Institute for Audio Engineering, we have done decades of advanced audio research, but even we know that a truly breakthrough audio device only comes around once in a generation. So it was with no small amount of trepidation when our scientists in the lab introduced us to something that they'd been working on for the last few years. Would this just be another piece of audio gear destined to gather dust on the shelves of your local electronics store? Our minds changed once we took a listen. Everything sounded more alive, more present, more real to us than anything we'd heard before. Whereas before the harmonies would float through the air lifelessly towards our ears, with this technology, the sound was heightened, improved, maximized. The propeller heads in back won't like that we're showing it to you, but go on, have a peek at the proprietary harmonic maximization formula. Audio out equals audio in minus 50 times 4 plus 50. Yes, but what does all that mumbo jumbo mean, you might ask? It just means that the audio signal is getting amplified by 4. Like, you're taking your volume level, you're subtracting 50 from it, then multiplying that by 4, and then adding 50 back to it for some reason. It may be Greek to you and me, but don't worry. What it means for us is crisp highs and booming lows, all in perfect balance. As for all that math, well, we'll just have to trust that our world-class acoustic engineers know what to do with it. And it's a good thing we do, because they've taken that little algorithm and miniaturized it into a ingenious little device that you can plug into any audio source. The Sunnyvale Institute for Audio Engineering, changing the way you hear from ear to ear. Okay, so let's look at this. Audio in is a simple input connected to an audio device. Audio out is a simple output connected to an audio receiver. Maximize is a simple input connected to a switch. The signal from audio in should be copied to audio out, applying the harmonic maximization rhythm when the maximize switch is on. The harmonic maximization algorithm when the maximize switch is on. Yep. So I got the algorithm there. So what we're going to want to do here, I believe we want this to all be conditional statements. Okay, I'm going to start with the MC6000 because it's bigger, got more code space. So I'm assuming... Okay. So, to start with, think that's correct. Yes, I do have to sleep it. Just go 1. So right now, I'm just making sure that it, yeah. So that is that. That's what I want. So okay. And then what was that formula again? Minus 50 times 4 plus 50. Parentheses, multiplication, yeah. Then I want plus sub 50 plus 4 plus I also want to subtract 100, right? So is this not giving me 100? Yeah. It should be. It should be giving me 100. It's not triggering... It's not triggering the conditional statement. That's what's happening right now. The value of P0 should be greater than... Just curious, can I fit this in? I can fit this in the smaller board. You, go away. So my conditional statement is wrong, basically, is what's happening here. Double check that I'm using the correct conditional statement. And these are both simple inputs. Yes. So there's no this going on. All right, what do we do here? Because it's just not triggering the conditional statement. That's my issue. Like, P0 should be greater than 100. It's not greater than 100. It might cap at 100. There we go. Okay, so I want to make it TQ. There we go. So now then it should trigger what? Right, hold on. And then I want to right? No. I screwed it up. Okay, so I'm almost there. I need one thing to figure out. I've got to figure out how to get this input but not have it contaminate this. Like, okay, let's put that sub 100 back in here. We'll pull these out and see what does that do when we get there. What ACC is being shown as 0 here. It should be copying P of P0 to ACC, subtracting 100 from it, and then let's do this just to see. It's gonna be off, but like just to see. I am missing something here. If I do this, if I throw that away, that'll just line up up until that point. It's not triggering the conditional statement. I need another processor. Okay, hear me out. So we want to... Nope, that screws up my test thing. But it doesn't necessarily, actually. If I can... If I can... Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. So this is not the answer to the question that I hoped it would be. But I'm still almost there. What is the answer? Summoning the answer to this question. Alright, let's read through. Let's look at the manual about some of this Xbus stuff. I have a feeling it'll probably be... Is there any programming stuff about Xbus in here? Data over Xbus pins is only transferred when there is both a reader attempting to read and a writer attempting to write. If a read or write is attempted, the operation will block. This needs to be conditional. Was that the problem? Hold on. Was that the problem? Get rid of all this whatever. What was it? TGT or TQ P0 100? I'm assuming this wasn't the problem. Just copy this code. Throw that away. It would have been a problem, but that was not the problem. Okay. What do you mean pin type mismatch? Oh. That's what it means. There we go. It's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I want to conditional the conditional. I mean, I don't, because that kind of breaks some other stuff. But maybe I do. Question is, how do I know? What is the way that I know? Should it not read that X1 is 0? hold on. Okay, so now x1 should be 100. Did I put this wrong? Okay, we're just gonna do it like this and make x1 100. Not 10,099. 100. We're gonna just make x1 100. And that still isn't... How... Let's scooch these. What do you mean pin type mismatch? Come on. Stop doing that. Okay. If x1 is greater than 0, it should sometimes be greater than 0, unless it doesn't output... Unless it doesn't output like that. Like, what... If the first operand is a greater value than the second operand, if x0 is greater than 0, which... Right here, it should be 100, but it's still not triggering the conditional statement. But the stuff still gets screwed up. Even... What? Look down here at the thing. Right here. X1 activates. These are not equivalent anymore. They were, but it just gets stuck at 73. It just gets stuck at 73. What? I'm gonna look back at how X-buses work over here. There's nothing on the next page right now. Is there any information on X-bus on this page? Okay. X1 is 0. X1 is now 100, please. Okay, what if I make X1 99? Does this help? Does this make it better? Still nothing. And I don't understand why it totally stops functioning in that period. Why does it completely keep... Why does it get stuck? I don't understand what's happening. Okay, so simple IO max out at 0. If I make X-bus, the X-bus 999. You are greater than 0 by a large amount. I cannot get this to work. It's failing here. Okay, cool. So all my screwing around was meaningless because I was looking at the wrong... Do I even need this at this point? I might not even need that at this point. Does it function? I just had a line of code I didn't need. Ah! I spent so long trying to figure out. I just had an extra line of code. And I didn't need the second conditional statement. I'm in pain. Oh no. But we did it. Holy crap, this thing is awesome, says Joe. I hooked one of these babies up to my stereo at home and it blew the speakers off. Does the job, no question. Amazing. Alright. So that's enough. After that suffering, that is enough for this episode. So, we're going to end off here. If you like the video, you got a description to find links in all sorts of places. Twitter, Patreon, Redbubble. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe to keep up with this show and other shows if you want to see me struggle through coding problems and stuff. I'll keep doing it because I have fun. It's just, subscribe. I said that. Leave a comment. Shenzhen, did you know that in the first episode? Let me know. Let me know if you're upset that I've been mispronouncing all of the Chinese, because I'm not familiar with Chinese pronunciation that much. Share the video, do the things. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!